Hello and welcome to History TV, the kids show that gives you the best facts and figures from the past. I'm your tour guide Jacob, and today we're here at the Imperial War Museum in Manchester to learn a little bit about the Second World War and some of the artefacts they have here. So without further ado, let's head in.
For nearly 60 years, Coronation Street has been the heart of British television. From characters such as Enid Sharples to Ken Barlow, the show has progressed throughout the decades. Tony Warren, the writer of Coronation Street, set out to make a series which would reflect the northern way of life. Granada commissioned 13 episodes, but by popular demand the show carried on, and within 6 months it was the most popular show on television. The filming of the episodes has changed throughout the life of Coronation Street. The first set was built inside the Granada studios, where the pavements and cobbles are painted onto the studio floor. Nowadays it's filmed here at Media City UK. Pint anyone? This is BBC News. I'm Jacob Travis. The headline news at 6 o'clock. Berlin police have launched a murder inquiry after a car bomb exploded in the Western District of Charlottenburg. It happened around 8 AM local time, and police say that the car was moving when the bomb detonated. Officials believe the blast was likely to be linked to organised crime and say there was no evidence of any link with terrorism. The Labour leader warns of a bonfire of workers' rights if the UK votes to leave the European Union. Jeremy Corbyn urges Labour supporters to vote to stay in the EU despite his own misgivings in the past. He says that remaining a member of the EU is significant to the UK's development. A hospital's accident and emergency department is to close until further notice as it cannot recruit enough staff to provide a safe service. Showreel Hospital in Lancashire will be downgraded to an urgent care service, a move that will put lives at risk. That's all from BBC News at 6. Now let's join the news teams where you are. So let us into the world of dance then, into your world of dance. How did it start?
So my mum got me into a ballet class when I was 6. That was my first ever experience of dance, and from then I fell in love with the art form and I got into modern dance, and I got into sixth form and I decided that performing arts was the route I wanted to pursue. So I did dance then with drama and musical and children's theatre. It was really good. Nice. It was interesting.
If you was to give somebody advice, being in the stage now, you're obviously a professional dancer, what advice would you give them?
When you're in technique classes, you might be the other side of the room to someone who's getting feedback, but you want to listen to that feedback and take it on yourself. And yeah, you've got to, everything that your teacher says, take it on board and write it down afterwards just so you can remember, and try not to get the same feedback more than once.
Okay, so Chicago.
Yes.
I'm so excited to know about Chicago. Okay, so how was Chicago for you, just to experience it for the arts and
It was incredible. It's cheap enough to make new things and experiment, cheaper than New York, but it's still big enough to have a name to it.
People know about, Chicago as a performance and acting side. What is it for dance? Did you go and see a lot of dance and stuff?
I did. I saw a lot of dance whilst I was there. Must have gone to the theatre most weekends. No, I saw some incredible pieces of work whilst I was there, and some very inspiring pieces as well.
Welcome to today's Arts and Crafts Show with me, Jacob, and this is Sid the Stingray. Now, Sid the Stingray is going to help me today to make a very special looking stingray toy that you can use at home. So this is what you'll need to make your paper coloured stingray. First of all, we have different colours to colour in your paper plate. We've got paper plates and all different coloured cards. Now I'm going to choose the pink one today. We've also got scissors and a marker for the eyes and to cut out the tail. But ideally you can just rip it into the shape. First of all, you need to get your wax crayon, get your plate, stick it down and then colour it in, and do that until it's done. So we'll put the wax crayon back, and what you need to do is bend the paper plate so that it makes a shape. Here we go, we've got the shape of the stingray there. So now what we need to do is make the tail. Put a little bit of gloopy glue on the end of the triangle, like that. You need to turn the stingray over and stick it down. There we go. And we've got the stingray's body and the tail. So now what we need to do is we need to make some eyes and make 2 little dots for the pupils. Again, get your gloopy glue, get the 2 eyes, stick them on, and there you have it, your paper plate stingray. Well, I hope you enjoyed the outcome of what Christine and Jack did to this lovely property. They really did make it a fantastic family home. If you want to get involved, then visit us on our website at www.bbc.co.uk/homes with the hammer and click Get Involved. Well, that's all we've got time for on today's Homes Under the Hammer. Join us next week where we'll have more stories from Planet Property. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.